Welcome back to Meh Poker. We're going to be trying the Octopi Poker free version. So this is very similar, obviously, to the paid version, with the exception of the limitations. And the primary limitation is that we are only positioned on the button. You can't customize. You can't create your own. You can't. You don't have the freedom, I suppose, to do custom trainings that you might want to do. So this video, again, mostly going to be just us on the button. Um, I mean, that is all it's going to be, I should say. So, yeah, but still get to see the tree and get to see, if we're making the correct decisions or not. So let's see, A7 offsuit on the button facing a raise from the cutoff. I think it's good enough to call. Again, I tend to call too loosely pre-flop, but let's find out. And it's a mistake. So I'm guessing, I don't know. This is kind of an interesting spot because I can see them wanting us to raise, thinking the cutoff is trying to steal it, or just fold in because at the end of the day we have A7 offsuit. Not great, not terrible, but not great. I'm going to think they're going to say to fold. Yes. And this is a spot I said before where knowing your opponent is invaluable. And so if cutoff is stealing a lot of blinds, then I would be more inclined to re-raise or call like I did. 6-7 offsuit, not good enough. Well, ace-5 offsuit, worse than ace-7, but we are it folded around us, and we're on the button, and we have an ace, so let's raise it up. Flop. All right, we have the ace of diamonds. This is good enough to bet here. Favors our range. 10 offsuit facing a raise from the low jack. Fold. Ace king suited, folds to us on the button, easy raise. Top pair. Just c-bet, not terribly scary board. All right. 8-6 suited, we'll raise it up. Top pair. Bet small. Got a call, that's interesting. Not too worried about that jack. We have a pretty weak kicker, but might be irrelevant by the river anyway. I think I'm going to bet for value still. I kind of want to go small, especially since we only have 16 bigs. Ugh, are they going to say check back? My weak 6? No. Okay, weak ace, rather. Bet bigger was the recommendation. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I guess, yeah. Okay. Pocket kings, obviously raise. We have the king of hearts. Let's throw a little jab. Okay. What are they? Bigger jab? Okay. 13 bigs in there. We have 23 behind. And then I think we're getting it in here. Right? Let's see. Do we have the option to just check back? We have an overpair. He's been calling every street. It's possible that they already flopped the flush. So I think if this were a real life scenario, I'd probably check back just to preserve my stack. But I think they're going to want to say to just jam it. Yeah, blunder. Interesting. Okay. 7-9 offsuit. This is one of my hands. I would raise here. I think they're going to say to fold, but I love 7-9. Yeah, they say fold. Oh well. Queen 7 off, that's a fold. King Queen, that's a raise. We're going to c-bet here. That flop favors big blind's range, so I think we're going to call or possibly raised, but we're going to c-bet anyway. Whew, and that's why we c-bet. Hope to get the fold. 6-8 suited, facing a raise under the gun +1. Again, knowing your opponent, I think they're going to say fold. Yeah. Tempting though. Jack 9 suited with an under the gun raise. I think they're going to say fold. In real life, I would call. And this is one of my leaks in my game is I'm too... Oh, could. Let's say too loose. We did hit a jack, but all them clubs out there makes me nervous. And then it's kind of strange to have the under the gun check on that flop. I'm going to check back. I think we have enough to continue. Hope for a queen, maybe. Okay, 2 pair. Flush got there. Queen gives us straight. We're down to 16 bigs and a 9 pot. I think the safe line is to just check. Huzzah. 6-8 suited. We're going to raise that one. Can c-bet that. Oh, so once they call our c-bet, we have to kind of pump the brakes a little, unless we really want to fire on 2 or 3 different streets and run a bluff. We're not going to call off over half our stack with a high, and jamming for 6 more effective on top of 10 is not going to really elicit a fold. So easy from our opponent, so easy fold for us. Ace 3 suited on the button. Let's raise it up. We got a big stack here, and we got a suited ace. That is a hefty raise, but I think we can call the suited ace here. 5 into what, 27? Let's peel off a turn. We have backdoor flush draw, overcard. Not the turn we were hoping for, so now the question is, do we turn this into a bluff or check it down and slow down? I feel like we should turn it into a bluff, actually. I'm going to go half pot. All right. Pocket eights. Let's see, we have 50 bigs. If we were in like 15 to 20 big territory, we can probably even jam on this. Obviously, we're not folding. 50 is too big to jam, so it's between call and raise. I think I would call, kind of mask my hand a little bit, but I can see the rationale for raising as well, especially if we feel cut off as stealing. Take a little jab at it with our eights. See if we can get any action. 3 overs and a call. Can check. Well, they bet 5. They bet half pot. We have eights, 3 overs out there. There is a missed flush draw, potentially missed straight. More than likely missed flush if it's a bluff attempt. I don't think it is. I feel like they have us 2 pair or better, at least top pair. So I'm going to fold. I don't think we're good enough to call here. Not with 3 overs. Nope. They did have an over pair, but not top pair. And the flush draw, so Ace 9 off, good enough for a raise. Little c-bet. Interesting raise. So relatively dry rainbow flop, and with them check raising, safe to rule out probably a 5 because they would likely just flat. There's no point in raising if you have trips on this board. And so they're basically repping a 6 or an overpair. They didn't re-raise pre-flop, so any high overpairs are out, maybe 7, maybe 8s. But yeah, so they're repping a 6. We have a couple overs. I think call. I think fold. Well, there you go. Pocket 7s. Good enough to call. Couple overs out there. We have some equity if it ends up checking down to showdown and play it safe. No sense in risking chips unnecessarily. Another check. We could represent that 9 if we were so inclined, but we probably would have let out on the flop. So we'll just check. And yeah, I mean, we're only losing to a queen. Is the hijack really going to... I mean, maybe they have kings or aces, but unlikely. Definitely unlikely they have a 9. Are they going to check top pair on the flop? Are they going to check queens and 9s on the turn? And yeah, I think we're calling. Nothing about that hand made sense. Queen 6 off, not good enough. Fold. Next hand. Queen 10 off, facing a raise from the hijack. I think it's a call with 60 bigs. They might say to fold, though. Let's find out. No, it is a call. Okay. Check. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like checking backs is a safer play on this board. Now we have a gut shot. We have a little bit of a block to the flush. It's a very small bet. Tempted to call. You really shouldn't chase gut shots, though. And the aces really smash his range. I'm gonna fold, but it's tempting. But I think I'm folding. Yeah, they say call. All right, let's see. No, they say raise. I'm repping the ace. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I don't know what's going on now. Fold, call, and raise. So I'm raising what? What is that? 8, 9x? I got the job done, but still. 100%, really? This is the problem with solvers too, is that you can't really... You have to kind of analyze it and figure out why the solver says that that's a correct play. Why is this the right way to do it? And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure. Sorry about that yawn. I'm tired. I don't know. And we can rep the ace. We flat it on the button, so maybe a weak ace. Ace 6, 8, 7, ace 7 maybe. Chase out any flush or straight draw. I don't know. I don't really know. 25 bigs. Can still just raise. No need to shove. I'm going to continuation bet a little bit bigger this time. Pretty draw heavy board. There we go. 8-9 off, I think they're going to say is a fold. Yes. A 6 off, we can raise that one. Fold stuff on the button. Hit a 6. We have the ace of spades. Why not? Oh, sorry. Should have bet bigger, I guess. Wait a minute. Did that kick back to me? Did that say that was wrong too? It did. 2 mistakes. Wait a minute. I checked back? Oh, I guess the board does favor big blind's range. But we have bottom pair and the nut flush draw. That seems odd. I mean, if we're checking that flop, then we might as well check that turn, right? Like, it makes no sense to bet there now. 1.6. I think we have enough. Oh, shoot. I clicked the wrong button. I meant to call. That was my bad. That was my bad. Interesting that it's a blunder. I wonder if they want me to raise, but I think it's a call. See, that was dumb. Dang it. That was a misclick. Misclick. That blunder shouldn't count against me. We'll try to remember that at the end, not to count that second blunder. 4-5 off. Hijack raise. Fold. Next. Queens. Under the gun raise. 30 bigs. Could re-raise. It's such a strong raise under the gun, though. I can't see us calling that. We're just going to raise. Ace doesn't do us any favors. 2.5 into 12.5. I'm down to call and see a turn. Another ace makes it less likely that they have an ace, and then they checked. Could be getting trappy with it. Can check back. We have enough equity to win it showdown if it gets to that. Another spade gets there. I think I'm just going to check and play it easy. Play it safe. Pocket kings. Obviously, we're going to re-raise this one. Another draw heavy board. I'm going to bet pretty big, I think. Well, big-ish of the options. Well, maybe not. Okay. I bet they're going to say to bet this then. I mean, maybe because we're blocking it. I'm going to bet half pot. See what happens. They want me to bet smaller? It just feels so draw heavy right now. Okay, so no, they want me to bet bigger. Or check back. I don't understand what's going on here. Am I really jamming? No, they want me to check back. Why am I checking back? Double flush draw. A number of different straights get there, but not really in low jack's range. Maybe they had hit a set, but I'm going to be scared of it with kings. I don't know. Oh my gosh, this hand is frustrating me. I don't understand it. Why are they... this is so annoying. I'm just going to jam. Against ace. Come on. Come on. Come on. I don't understand this hand at all. This hand makes 0 sense to me. I really don't. It's frustrating. I don't get it. I don't get it. How did I butcher that? So I don't get it. Okay. We're going to fold. Not good enough. Fold. Raise it. C-bet it. C-bet it more. Check it. I like slowing down when an overpair gets there. I don't know why we're betting larger on the... We're going to bet pot? Practically pot. I'm tired and have a headache, but that doesn't make sense to me. Okay. I think that's good enough to call. Queens will re-raise. Go half pot. Jack 10 deuce. Suited. Hey, suited. Call. What the? Wait a minute. Really? Is it a raise? Wait a minute. They had me call earlier with Jack 9. Why is Jack 10? Are they saying jam? Because I only have 20 bigs? That seems like a loose jam. That is what they're saying. That's crazy. Oh, Queen 8 off is good enough to raise. Oh, goodness gracious. I need to work on this more. Let's see bet. Few more hands. Queen 9. I guess we're raising. Could see bet that. Queen King under the gun raise. That's good enough for a call. That's not ideal. And this is a situation where we're rarely really kind of rarely ahead, really. And with only 18 bigs, I think we're just preserving our stack and waiting for a better spot. No, I meant to click fold. Two of those blunders don't count. You guys saw it. Fold. They had like a little box come up that said click here to fold and move on to the next hand. I went to click it and it disappeared just when... See? Fold now and load next hand. And then when I went to click it, this is good enough to call. It disappeared and made me call when I meant to fold. Interesting. I think we're good enough to see a turn here. Not the best turn. Hit a pair of 10s on the river. We're not going all in with 2 overs out there, so fold. Nine, 10 off. I'm gonna say fold. Ace 6 suited, good enough to call. I'll just check it. That board is so wet that on the flop, the 9-10 jack, almost any hand, not any hand, but several hands in his range would at least be drawing, if not already be a made hand to that. So betting's not going to get the fold that we would have hoped for probably 80% of the time. And so there's no sense in betting there. Now we have 9s and 10s with an ace. He bets out for 1.78 bigs. We might be good with ace high. We're not, but it was the right play. All right, let's do 1 or 2 more hands. 3-4 suited. I think they say that's a fold. This is a pretty one that I like to call with, but I think they say to fold. Or raise with, I should say. Yeah. All right, come on. Ace-3 suited, good enough to call that raise. No need to bet there. Or there. Well, apparently there is a need to bet there. What? Why am I betting so big? Relative to the pot and my chip stack. Grumble. All right, easy raise. Top. I'm gonna check. We're gonna get tricky. No, I want to get tricky. See, should have got tricky. All right, one more. Oh, nice. Okay, we have 50 bigs. I'm feeling a re-raise with 10s. Oh, nice. Bet half pot. No, we won't. We'll bet a little less than half pot. And get raised. Should have just bet half. And we're not going to full top set out of fear that they flop to flush, even though they may have. So we'll just slow down. Hope to pair the board. Just kind of call along. We didn't pair the board, and now straight's got there. Oh, that sucks. And Jack gets a straight. Flush is still there. We're not jamming. It's just a call or a fold. I think we're too strong to fold. Again, depending on where you are in a tournament, depending on your opponent, I think either way is doable. I feel like we're too strong. I got to call. Yay, it was the right thing to do, even though we lost. All right, so again, that's the free version. Really, like I said, nothing. You can't customize your own spots or anything. You're just kind of yeah, you got to pay to unlock and do some things. So, and then you're just stuck on the button the whole time. So, how do we do this session? 102 perfect, 4 blunders, but 2 of those were misclicks. So 2 blunders and 28 mistakes. Ouch, 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 ouch. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Thanks.